and I will stick to the motion, except I have to say, before I start, that yesterday and this morning, is it any wonder that the profession of politics that I actually enjoy and cherish is held in such low regard by the people outside of this House when you display the political football that has gone on between the members of the opposition yesterday is a disgrace. So I tell you what, I'm going to say that I actually fully support the Minister's view and decision to set up the establishment of this commission. The reason I do so is because there are so many things that have been raised over the last couple of months, quite rightly by Deputy Catherine Murphy, and one of the lessons obviously I think that we need to learn by the difficulty in her getting the information that she obviously was seeking is to change maybe the practices, the way departments respond to parliamentary questions, and not just to the opposition but to everybody in this House, and I think that's one lesson that we could learn. But genuinely to have a look at the information that has and the concerns that have been raised by various members of this House, all of which either has been counterclaimed, denied, we've been told that they're materially untrue, that they're categorically untrue. There are so many things that we don't know at this stage, that there's a clear need to restore the public trust in, first of all, the liquidation of IBRC that this minister saw fit to do on the 7th of February 2013, and the act that ensured that there was nothing but transparency with regard to the closing down and liquidation of IBRC, as denoted in that act. But now to have a look at the transactions that came beforehand, because we currently genuinely have a situation where a source can claim that somebody has two heads, and an insider confirms it, and suddenly it's the truth. And what I want to know is that the people that I represent, the ordinary people that I represent in Meath, and I don't represent the rich people or the wealthy farmers or the people who live in expensive houses. I'm lucky enough to represent everybody that lives in Meath East, and I can be quite sure that there aren't that many billionaires living in Meath East, or maybe there are and I just don't know who they are. But we need to be seen as a government that is representative of everybody in this country, and that we rule and provide the laws of the land without fear or favour to any individuals or any organisations in this country. And transparency in the transactions arising from the nationalisation of Anglo-Irish Bank and Irish Nationwide, and the transactions that occurred through the sale of its loan books, its interaction with its clients, its interaction with the Department of Finance, the former Minister Brian Lenihan and the current Minister Michael Noonan, is all covered in the very robust criteria of the terms of reference of this Commission, and I fully support them. I think we have a situation where the political football that's being used, it's nearly like there's been glee on the part of some Fianna Fáil and Sinn Féin oppositions that maybe if we do throw enough mud around, some of it will actually stick on Fine Gael. And the only person I have to tell you that has acted with integrity in this process from the opposition perspective, in my view, over the last number of months is Catherine Murphy, and she's to be commended for it and supported for it. She is one of the most reasonable people that I have ever had the pleasure of dealing with since I came into this House, and I really want to wish her well for her investigations and for her pursuit of this. But I want to say I fully support the establishment of the Commission. We're going to have a review done in a timely manner that's fully resourced and supported by the staff and the judge once he or she is appointed, and we will have our documentation and our full review by December the 31st. And I think the reason it's so significant to me, because again I know what I know, but I absolutely don't know what we don't know. There are people at home in every town and village in this country that have suffered immeasurably over the last 7 or 8 years because of the collapse of the economy and the ensuing decisions that had to be made by both former Minister Brian Lenihan and the current Minister to try and recover the economy for the rest of the people in this country. They've suffered at the hands of those decisions, and they've suffered silently by, in the most part. And what they want to know is that the rules of engagement of government and of statutory bodies are the same for them as they are for the perceived very wealthy in this country, and I think that's what the investigation is going to uncover, to ensure that government governs for everybody and not for, as Deputy Fleming has just alluded to, in the most despicable way, you and your people and your pawns. He ought to be ashamed for bringing this House, I think, into disrespect of what he's done today. So I fully support the Minister in his decisions, and I'm looking forward to a speedy conclusion of this review so that we can all move on.
Thank you very much.